Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Invisible Inc. I think the last mission we did was the Nanofab Vestibule, right? That's why we have, like, this Buster Chip 2, and what else did we pick up in there? Another cloak, maybe? Maybe that was a while ago, I don't know. At any rate, we have some stuff. I think it was... This is what we found in the... Security dispatch, right? Yeah, that's what we did last. Okay. Flash grenade, they're kind of useful. I usually don't really like bother with them, but they definitely, the ability to KO guards from a distance, several guards, and ignore armor, like all of that is pretty good. So I think I'm not going to sell it just yet, although I'm not necessarily going to keep it, carry it around with me. The main issue right now is that, like, we're all kind of overloaded in terms of what we can carry. And we have some stuff that only Prism can use, so I kind of want to give Banks, like... Okay, let's sort of speculatively do this. How does this look? Looks okay. We could only afford to give one more person any strength. Let's not give her the hacking. We'll let Prism keep the EMP pack. Give Banks a little more strength. I'm focusing on Banks because she has the torque injectors and the subdermal cloak. Like, she can really use this stuff better than everyone else can. Jeez. Alright, let's sell a med gel. Let's give, like, the best cooldown based stuff to Banks and the, like, mediocre cooldown stuff to everyone else is my plan. She already has a Stim 3 and a Buster Chip 3. Great. I don't really need her to carry, like, much else. We definitely don't want her to hold the Buster Chip 1. And I don't think we need her to have the Buster Chip 2 either. This one will be on a very short cooldown for her, so someone else can carry the Buster Chip 2. Put a stim in here, give her the paralyzer. And I guess I have just enough to give both of these agents a little more strength, so that everybody has a little bit of carrying capacity. It looks like Banks isn't actually using all of her carrying capacity, huh? I could not upgrade that. What would I have to do with 600 bucks? A bit more hacking? Sure. Seems good. Okay. So now we have just one mission to do before we get to the sort of story bit that comes next. And it doesn't matter which mission we pick, we'll get that one next. But I'd still like it to be something close, because that, I think, means we have more time available in day 4, although I guess I'm not actually sure if it does. Maybe at the end of the story mission is when you get your time reset, but I don't think so. I think it does count. So we want to continue doing efficient missions. This vault, of course, is pretty efficient. Security dispatch also reasonable. Everything else not so reasonable. I could do these, but I don't really want to. I don't have any strong opinions about which of these is better, though. I guess let's take a look at our inventory again. Do we need stats for people more? I think Prism stats are pretty reasonable. Like, I wouldn't mind upgrading them, but it's not crucial. Everyone else, sure, they could use like a little more anarchy, a little more strength, some hacking, whatever, but like, I think I'd rather have more items. So let's head here. Items are your lifelines when things are going wrong. Right, having access to a Stim 3 when you realize you've made a mistake and, like, left an agent somewhere unsafe or something is really valuable. Okay, just the one door up here. Well, that's not true. There certainly could be doors back here as well. There are. Okay. Well, let's send banks this way, I guess. There could be another one there, but I'm going to send Prism forward and let... Oh, well, now we can see that there isn't one. Fine. Okay, now we've got everyone sort of safely positioned that we can open the door if we want. But this guy's looking at it, so I'd rather not. On the plus side, we found the dispatch area already. What's this guy going to do? He's coming right in here, huh? Well, that's a little bit rude. This... I guess we want banks up here, actually, right? Because of the security thing. So we want everyone else to go this way. I wouldn't mind leaving Prism here. Oh no, Banks has just as much anarchy as Prism does, so we can like put Banks... I was gonna say here to steal from this guy before she comes in, but she can steal from him on the way out. So I'll just leave Banks standing right here where Nika is, and just try to get everyone else going in the other direction. Someone could walk through this door as well, it occurs to me. I think that would be quite rude if they were to do so, but I'd like to be prepared. So let's use the stim now. It has a pretty short cooldown, so you can use it fairly often. I don't want to open this door, because if someone does come through, I'll be sad, but... Oh, I forgot to swap weapons between Banks and Nika, which is something I still do want to do. But I can do that, so here we go. We have enough spare moves. There we go. Is she ambushing still? She is, even though she lost her weapon and got a new one. I wasn't sure if that would stick. Yeah, that was... I don't know. I think I could have managed that a little bit better to be able to leave Banks closer to this door. Obviously, I could have, like, done the weapon swap before I moved Nika, and that would have been a lot better. Let's see, can I leave anyone here? No, he would see them when he walks in the door. So I guess here's the best we can do. Sure, I'll take it. It's not big value, but it's costing us, like, at most 1 power. And we'll know about all of the demons, right? Or was it consoles? Demons. Apparently you can tell the difference between these by looking at them, but I can't ever remember which is which, so I have to mouse over them to check. And as I said, we're not going to mess with this guy just now. We want to get in here, see what's going on. Lethal. I was hoping that maybe these would be a kind of laser beams that we didn't mind passing through once, so that we could get Banks in here before... Oh, there's nowhere to steal from him. Okay, well... So we're going to have to wait till we find the power supply to let Banks in here. But, I guess that's life. Oh, this guy only has 6 moves, he's heavy security. Right, okay, that's why his path seems so short. Cameras? No, I suppose this is K&O. K&R? K&O? K&O. I forgot what they were called. K&R is a totally different thing. They tend not to have cameras so much as turret guns that will shoot you in the head. So it's a little bit harder to hide those things. So you tend not to see them in corners of rooms. Okay, well, slow going, I guess. Haven't found anything very interesting yet. Who has the big buster chip? That's Banks, of course. But we gave Prism a buster chip too, which we can use on this thing. So let's just start on this safe. Arguably, in fact, I should have not done that. The safe has a demon, right? And we're about to get access to the demon database. And we might learn that it's a demon that we really, really don't want to trigger. And if so, we could have EMP'd the safe instead. Or put it off till later or something. So I think that was maybe not the best play. But too late. Alright, what are these demons? Blowfish? Fine, I guess. Siphon, we can work around that, probably. Figure out a way to spend all of our power, if possible. Could still be a camera there. There's usually at least one camera, even in a K&O outfit place. I guess I'll send Prism this way and Nika this way. Not so keen on opening this and having a guard come through to see Prism. Okay, we can get into this room by waiting here. And we'll hear any guards who enter this room in between turns. So that's good. I'm kind of disappointed at how few guards we have seen so far, because it means they're hiding in inconvenient places. And how few hackable things. Like, I'd like to find the power supply as soon as possible, please. But I guess I will not be finding it. That blowfish is going off next turn, and so I think it probably will bring us up to security level 2. 1, I should say. But I guess that's not a huge problem. Oh my god, why did the camera move up there when... Oh, alarm raised 1, so it didn't. There were, like, dudes moving around down here somewhere, and the camera was like, oh, while that sound's playing, please look at this guy. Useless. There he is. Okay, peripheral boost I'm not happy with. Ah, right, so this guy, his, what would normally be peripheral line of sight is instead complete line of sight. No, it's even more than that, right? Because normally even their peripheral vision is only 90 degrees. This guy has 120, so 120, wow, that would be a weird... No, it's 180, of course. This is just the kind of corner where power supplies sometimes hide. Alright, I'll take a console. I guess it's probably time to start on this Siphon. Like, we're not going to outvalue it, it seems like, by making it eat up 0 power. We just, like, have too much power for that. Oh, there's another door up here. Alright, well, let's peek through both of these, then. Okay. These two... I can't see this guy, which I wish I could for, like, a decent wisp. Ooh, hello. There's more facility up here. Not much, but a little. That's good. It means Banks can get a little use out of her Buster Chip, I guess. What was I saying? I don't know. The Siphon. We're not going to be able to make the Siphon suck up 0 of our power, so we might as well just take the thing now while it's cheap, while the Parasite is basically free-ish. But also, I think wisping these two is pretty useful. We know this guy is patrolling through one of these 2 rooms, although we don't actually know which. These two, we have really no idea where they're going, although it looks like the drone comes through this door. This guy, actually, now that I mention it, looks like he's probably stationary, just because of where his There's no way he could end a turn facing this way if he were moving, right? I still will wisp them. Yeah, so as predicted, this guy is stationary. This guy is moving to, like, here, I guess. I don't know if I want to hack the drone. I think I will. And I'll grab this as well. Since we do want to find the power supply as soon as possible, something that will taking the drone will increase the rate we can explore new areas, and I'm calling that pretty valuable. Worth the downside of eventually having an angry drone wandering around. I still didn't see which door that guard with peripheral vision walked through. Camera didn't. Camera's autopan is, I must say, terrible. Okay, that's a power supply, but not the one we care about. I will peek here. Just another camera. Okay, so looks like I don't want to go into this room. It's pretty nasty in here. I'll have the drone to explore this area, so that if I do find a power supply, we can hack it without having to go in there. Now, I wish we had a pass card, but we don't. I think I'm gonna come here so that I can sneak behind the guy who ends his turn here. Yeah. And of course get Prism out of that room. We could come check out this shop, but there's no real rush, I don't think. Maybe we'll send Prism... Oh, gosh dang it, I forgot to grab the console. Oh well. Maybe I'll send Prism... This place should be safe, yeah. Send Prism into this room if we discover there's anything a human needs to do, like a safe or something. It would be nice, of course, to steal from the guard who stands in the corner, but it's going to be pretty tricky to do that. He has 180 line of sight. So basically, every square that he can see, I think, he sees non-peripherally. See, it's really hard to get him to move. And there's no way to sneak up on him with his back into a corner. I think the only thing we could do is like make some noise to cause him to move, or open a door or something, or let him notice a downed drone, perhaps. At any rate, it's not easy to get to him. What else do we want to take here? This camera looks like it isn't useful at the moment, but could be soon. This stuff... This turret is unimportant completely. The camera would be nice to have, but I think if we're getting into this room, it'll be with Prism and her disguise plus Buster Chip, so I'm not too keen on it. I'll just wait till next turn when all the parasites will be cheaper by 2. Might as well get closer to the door in the hopes that once someone finds the power supply, we can get in there quickly. I'll try to see where this stupid guard comes from. It comes from up there. Okay.
Looking around. Must be magic things.
Yep, there's the siphon, alright. Okay. So let's come up here, see just how messy this room is. Oh, there's like nothing in here except one safe. Okay. Well, do we want this door open? I can come steal from this guy and still hide here. That's productive, I guess. I could also knock him out, but... Normally, if he were a normal guard, I would say definitely don't knock him out. I don't want him going crazy. But these guys with 180-degree line of vision, I constantly forget that they have it. And so I end up getting caught by them even when they're not alert. But I think we'll be okay leaving him up. Ah, we have the drone now. Good. And that's it. Nothing in the... This drone sucks. We found out that there's no reason to come in here and that there's a camera, I guess. So the only thing in this area is this one guard. I'm not going to mess with all this stuff just to steal from a single guard. Maybe we could come in here with a cloak someday or something, since it is relatively close to the exit. Oh, I forgot. This camera is useful because it's the only way in here until we find the power supply. I was thinking we can't go through here, this door, so we don't care about this camera, but in fact we do. Cooldown of 4 turns? Yeah, let's just turn on the disguise and go turn off this camera. Fine. Still no power supply. Probably want to start on this thing now, I guess. Not keen to start on Portcullis, really. Actually, Portcullis doesn't matter at all, does it? But also, Portcullis is right by the exit, so it just doesn't matter. Or rather, I mean, we still want it, but not in a hurry. Do I need to start on either of these safes? I mean, not exactly. I think I'll just start on this one because it'll be done sooner. And then we can, like, EMP this or Buster Chip it or whatever. Or if it's convenient, we can just Parasite it as usual. We could Wisp at this time, getting a reasonable value, I think. 1, 2, yeah, all 3 guards that we've seen. Not the camera drone, sadly. But I think that's relatively good. Oh, we already tagged this guy, I forgot. Whatever. We know he's stationary, so as long as we don't do anything really outrageous down there, it just shouldn't matter. I could stay here so that we could see if a guard walks by, but I'd rather just get closer to this area where we can actually do things. Banks is looking good. May as well ambush in case, who knows, something weird happens. Okay. Okay, now this door is an important door, and I hope that nobody is doing anything really nasty on the other side of it. Just being able to get cleanly through here greatly simplifies things for me. Still nothing, huh? Whoa, a guard. I didn't hear him walking around. Is he, well... Let's let Prism be the one who observes him. It would be... No, we already stole from that guy, right? Yeah. Okay, so he is moving. He's going up that way. Fine. A few more devices to hack. The shop would be nice. Yeah, I think it's reasonable to go for that now. One of the things that we can't EMP down, so worth prioritizing. And nothing else is that urgent. Remember, this guy does have... Ooh, I heard another one up in that area. Yeah, there's a guy standing right here. Remember that guy down here has peripheral boost. So this is a tough area to get through, I think. I'm going to go ahead and peek first to ensure that he's not looking at us. He's not, okay. But not easy to get in. There could be a camera here as well. There's not. There's the power supply. I would love to get to that in a hurry. She has a cloak. The disguise is going to be a little bit tough to trick this guy with, because it's relatively close quarters in here, and he has peripheral boost. So, as I recall, he ended his turn right here. Okay. So, we might be safe standing right here, but I don't think so. Here would be an okay place to be with a disguise, I suppose. Or even without a disguise. I don't think he sees that spot. Right? Yeah. Because he'll be facing east. And until he gets here, this space is in cover. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll head up there with Prism. One square at a time, so we have a chance to check for whatever awful stuff. From here, we'd have 5.5. Peeking leaves us 4.5. And it costs 4 to get up there, so good. Okay, the edge of the facility. We found it. Well, that camera's throwing a wrench in the works. But I mean, you know, we have the disguise. We'll use it to get here. Oh, it's the turret, not the camera, that's seeing so far out here. Okay. So we can really only get Prism into this area because of the disguise. Of course, we could use a cloak on Nika, but there's no real need for that exactly. This is a good spot for an EMP. Not the best spot, but a fine spot. I don't love, of course, taking out the shop, but I really want to take out the power supply so the banks can get going. And there's no real way to do one without the other, I don't think. Yeah, I'll just take the EMP. If it causes them to come here and look around, that's not a huge problem for me. This spot up here is going to be safe more or less indefinitely. We could wait 2 turns and parasite it, or use our Buster Chip in 2 turns, but I'd rather have it done quickly. And we no longer need the disguise. You can just hang out up here. And so what is Nika going to do? She's not really needed up here anymore, I think. Maybe just head out to deal with this guy? It'd be nice to wisp these two. What about this watchdog thing? I guess parasiting this helps. It's sort of the last thing we want up here. And we won't have an EMP. We will have a Buster Chip too, probably, but we'll still need more firewalls than that. Hence, let's get started with this. Banks is ready to spring into action, except that this guard will be looking at the door. That's not so great. Let's see, he's standing here. What if I were to sprint to, like, here? To draw his attention to, like, something in this area. And then hang out, like, continue running away to a space where he won't hear me up here. I think that gets him doing something useless for a while. Yeah, so he's going to come up here. And then he'll look around, but he won't see me. If I move further to here, He won't see me, but he'll notice me and then turn his head, and I don't want that. So I'll hide out here and be totally invisible to him, and then next turn we'll run in and grab this stuff, hopefully. We could wisp these two guards. I don't think that's a good investment of our last 3 power, though. We sort of know that they're not doing anything too offensive right now. Probably rather just put a parasite on this, but is there there's no hurry to do that either. Is there? No, the firewalls are going to go up at 2, and so we're not... Yeah, I think I will do this. Okay. Shut this door, I guess. Well, observe this guy, because why not? But indeed, he's going that way, so who cares? And just sort of recon this room, make sure we know what's going on in here, even though, of course, we already do. Forgot to take this throne the second turn, but whatever. We distracted this guy, and it doesn't matter. We have pings available if we were to need them, but I don't think that we do. Prism's just going to have to hide out in there for a while, gaining power. Maybe we should have Nika go get some more power. There was a console we left down here. And this gate will be down next turn. I like that idea. I say gate, of course, it's not a gate, but you know what I mean. She'll be able to sprint and, I believe, grab this in a single turn. Maybe it'll take 2. But either way, I'd like to have the power. Okay, so they both heard that. I wasn't sure how loud an EMP was. Is. How loud an EMP is.
Guess it was nothing.
I just realized I'm not actually altogether certain that this area is safe. This guy's path back probably reveals this, right? In fact, it certainly does. So we're going to have to get out of his way somehow or other. Okay, let's do this first. Hopefully no more than 5 firewalls. No more than 4. Indeed, there are only 2. Let's grab this. It's a Paralyzer 4 and some med gel. Would have rather had credits. Okay, so this guy is going to blunder his way over there. Blunder's the wrong word. Bumble is the word I was looking for. I mean, it's also a blunder for him, of course, but... so let's just confirm this guy... Yeah, he's going to go up there. Which we're not really ready to do anything about. But we've now gotten these 2 guards synced up a little bit better. They're both going to be in this room, and then both going to be in this room. Is that good? I don't know. Remember, though, this turret is actually a problem because it can see all the way out here. So I can't just walk through. If I want to get out of this space, I have to use my disguise. And I don't really want to do that right now. Good, we do get to the console this turn. So what I'm thinking instead is to ping to buy myself 1 more turn of hiding in that spot, and then just use my disguise once to get to this thing. Right, does she have a stim? She's the one who doesn't have a stim, huh? That's a bit of a shame. Is there anywhere safe in this room that we can hide if we need to? Also, how much power is in this? 6! 6 power, that's pretty good. Huh. Can I get in and out in a single turn? I think the answer to that is no. Like, if I start from here and I disguise my way out, I can get to here, no problem, and then I'll have 2 moves. Clearly can't get out from there. And then nowhere in here is safe from this guy with the peripheral vision. So I think the conclusion that I'm coming to is that I need to take out these things in order to get in. Which means I need to spend some power. But it's going to be a couple turns. I could ping here, but that only buys me a single turn. I think it's better to just disguise out and come back to here later once we have enough power to deal with all this stuff. And in the meantime, we can grab this guy's money. That's a really nasty turret. Actually, I really would like that security pass card to unlock this door. Put this on the floor. That'll help us getting in and out through here. And I will start on the turret power supply before the camera, because that's the thing that's really ruining our mobility in this room. The camera is only stopping us from getting into this room, whereas the turret is messing us up in the other room as well. So we're down to 0 power, which obviously I'd rather have more than that. But it's sort of fine. We've dealt with all of the problems. The only thing left to do is loot this safe, hit the shop, loot this safe, and if possible steal from this guard, which I think we should be able to do just by toggling this door. We'll have to grab this camera as well to do it, but we have plenty of time. Just wait for all the existing parasites to wear themselves out first. Yep, everyone looks safe. What? Oh my god, I forgot that his path was going to take him somewhere where this is not cover. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. Well, let's get out of here, I guess. At least he's far enough away that no other guards heard about the commotion. And we can just sort of walk away pretty easily, really. Yeah. It's a bit cheeky to be up here, I guess, but Paralyzer 4. Yeah, but we can't actually KO him, so it's not really doing us much good. These things are still down. I'll just toggle this door real quick and then forget about the key. No other ways to generate power, huh? Just gotta wait. Oh well. What room is it useful to have Nika in? This one, right? Oh, this thing, yeah, right, we can get in. This will be ready in a couple turns, so let's just hide out here before they shut this gate back on. Turn it back on. Shut it down is what I meant, but or shut the gate as in like closing it. But that's not quite the right idiom for a laser grid, I guess. I mean, it's okay, but not the perfect fit. Yes, remember to pick up that med gel before we go, but that'll be next turn. Really? I didn't think he would turn back so sharply. Well, we are making some mistakes with banks. That's for sure. I can afford to sprint here. Pick up the med gel and just leave.
What's that? Investigating.
We can get miles away from him before he knows what to do. We didn't actually hit this yet, did we? That's something to remember to do with banks. Drop the med gel again. This thing still not ready till next turn, but we're perfectly safe waiting right here. This stuff... The shop is ready. And the Buster Chip is off cooldown. So if we could do all of this in one turn, that would be great. We could just turn on the disguise for a turn, come in here, hit this. But I don't think we actually can quite. Right, this gives us what, 6 AP? 6. So that would mean we'd have 8 here, 6 from here, 1.5, 2.5, 4, 5, 6. So we couldn't get out of the room even, much less. It occurs to me this would have been a better place to be hiding than here. That saves me a couple moves. Maybe could have gotten all the way to here and back that way. But can we get to this at least? I think yes. No, because this thing's on. Alright, we're going to have to wait for that, I guess. But in the meantime, I'll adjust my hiding spot to here, which is just as safe and slightly closer to the goal. We could ping these guys, but they're not the real issue. Just save the power. Parasites are still quite expensive. Alright. It's been a while since we had a turn where Banks wasn't noticed by a guard, but I think we finally did it. Look at that. Amazing. Okay, so now, if we wanted to, we could get here with 13 action points left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6.5? That seems pretty good. So I think that what that means is we can loot this safe and get to a good cover here. And then not need our disguise again. We determined that the... Why do I not see... Didn't I tag these guys? I guess not. I remember seeing their movement patterns on the floor, but I guess that must have been because I was actually observing them. Okay, fair enough. At any rate, they're over in like the southwest corner of this room. So we can get here, stim, grab this, leave, hide here, and we know that the Spec Ops guy doesn't notice this square. Because once he comes here, he moves southeast directly from here. So let's turn on the disguise and be done with this room, finally. Okay, these guards are, as expected, standing nowhere terribly useful. I have grossly miscount... Oh no, I forgot to stim. I was like, how did I miscount so badly? But, okay. We can grab some more power while we're up here, that's nice. Yeah, now we can come down here. Finish this off. Nobody cares about Watchdog. We're not knocking anyone out today. I could get this and, like, try to end my turn here, but that's not safe. I'd rather just be here. I'm now starting to worry that maybe the Spec Ops guy... No, there's no way he sees that. Just doesn't happen. Okay. So we'll go here. Okay, Subdermal Cloak, Riot Dart, those are both decent. Stim or Paralyzer 4? I kind of have enough of that stuff. A single Paralyzer 4 is a nice item, because you don't knock guards out that often. Having one that doesn't cool down is fine. It adds like 8 turns of KO or something outrageous like that. Maybe it's only 6, but it's a lot. And that buys you a ton of time if you have to knock out one guard over the course of a mission. But we just have one already. Not Prism. Banks got one, so I'm not buying one here. A Riot Dart is a good escape tool, an emergency option. We could buy that. The other stuff I'm not too inclined to buy. Stim 4 gives you like 10 AP. So really it's like... It's very slightly better than a Stim 3 for a single use. Or a lot better than Stim 3 if you want to attack a million guys in a single turn. But much worse than Stim 3 in that it's hard to use it more than once in a mission. So it's mostly only better for attacking a ton of guys in a turn, is why I usually don't go for the 4. Buster Chip 4 could be alright on occasion. The Disruptors, I do like the 4 versions of. But these Stims and Paralyzers and stuff, I usually don't. EMP4, also not thrilled about, but it's fine. Anyway, so I'm sort of coming to the conclusion that I don't want any of this, except maybe the Riot Dart. But it has no armor piercing, and that's like kind of starting to become important. Yeah, I think I'll just pass on all this. Right? Yeah, that's fine. We'll save our money for upgrading strength or whatever. Okay, we can get to here. And it costs less than half of our moves to do so. So we'll just grab this and then go back to our original hiding spot. We could come in here. That's actually better since we're getting closer to the exit that way. What else do we need to do? Well, obviously we want to advance further with Banks. No one will hear us. What is... Oh, that's... What? What is this guy doing? Who is this? Is that the drone? I didn't think we'd gotten him tagged. I guess the other thing we want to do is hit these cameras so that we can steal from the last guard if possible. So, yeah, let's come down here, open this up, come on through. Remember that this guy can see, sorry, the tooltip was covering it up, but he can see there, so we don't want to step on that square. There's no way he'll see anything in this area, so let's just go down here and around. Actually, when he turns, when he's standing right here, will he see us? I don't know the answer to that. Oh, let's do this. The answer is yes. Yes, he will see us. So we need to stim to move out of this space. Oh, and that has cloaked us as well. How interesting. Well, we could apply a buster chip to this thing, I guess. That's useful. And it is the drone. We did get him tagged. So that's cool, I guess. Yeah, we should be able to get to that guard, I think. We could parasite the drone. I think that will be useful. Having him out of the way when we're messing with this guy will be nice. Boy, how do you even steal from one of these guys when they're backed up in a corner? I guess a cloak makes it pretty easy. But I was thinking, like, we open this door, let's say, to get his attention. He comes out here and is like, huh, what's going on? And he stands right here. And now his back is still to a wall, right? You have to, like, attract his attention with sound somehow to get him out in the open. I think it's going to be much, much easier to... Oh my gosh, the words just flew out of my brain. Much easier to steal from him with a cloak, or possibly by just knocking him out. We have the tools. So I think I'll parasite this guy. We don't need to stay in cloak with, or in disguise with Prism, so let's just get out. And next turn we'll head out of the room. Sounds good? I think so. I wish we had this guy. Oh, we do. We have him tagged. Look at that. Yeah, so we have the drone tagged, we have the Spec Ops guy tagged. We just need to sort of bide our time until we can get in here easily to mess with this guy, which is basically like this camera. The camera is on, huh? The drone left the door open. Can this guy, how far can he go? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He gets to here, but not here. What that means is... So the thing is, I want to not be spotted by the drone, right? Seems pretty obvious. But I'd like to stay close to this area so that once we get the camera, I can go in. The problem is, all the spaces that the drone won't see on his way out, those are exactly the squares covered by this camera. So I'm thinking, okay, move here, close the door, thereby obscuring the camera's view, and then hide here. But that gets this guy's attention. And I'm now coming to the conclusion that, like, that's fine. I don't want this guy's attention, but I don't mind it. I'll just wait here, ambushing, and 2 turns from now, he'll come out here, we'll knock him out, and then we'll take his stuff. We did indeed steal from both of these guys, very good. Let's just get to the exit and await Banks's triumphant return. It's not really a return so much as an arrival, I suppose. Banks's triumphant arrival. I want to hack this drone next turn with the Buster Chip, so... So I will have Prism do that, since she's the only one who... because Nika can't operate Prism's Buster Chip. And we'll also get a little power from the drone, so that'll be nice. Okay, looks good. This guy's still completely lost. It's going to take him forever to get anywhere relevant, since he's so slow. Ah! Rude! Alright. That makes things a little more exciting, for sure. However, because we have a 2-turn cloak on Banks, we can change our mind about KOing this guy. Basically just stand here while invisible, wait for him to look around, grab his stuff, and leave. And then we won't have to worry about what this guy's up to. So, Prism, if you could please... Oh, she can't. It's on cooldown. Whatever. The drone is going the wrong direction, so it's fine. We'll just shut this door in case that matters somehow. And Banks will hide out here. I cannot at this time afford to do the drop an item to avoid being encumbered next turn trick. I think one of the guards would pick it up, right? And in so doing, they would stumble into the invisible Banks, and that would make them quite confused. But, you know, Banks is going to be invisible for 2 turns. I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to play out, just in case I ever need to do it sometime in the future. So we're going to go ahead and cloak now for 2 turns. And they're going to notice this item on the floor, and I don't know what they're going to do about it. That should be pretty cool and exciting. And then next turn we'll get out of here. Does she have her stim ready? She will next turn. She shouldn't need it. Sprinting should easily get her over here, but just in case, it's nice to know. Yep. And I'll keep the other agents nearby in case they can help somehow. Like a shock trap on this door or something. I don't know. Punch some dudes with Nika. There's a few things that could be useful. Interesting.
Nothing.
They don't see it at all because she's standing on it while invisible. Oh, he's standing in the door! That's so rude! Okay, so steal from this guy. Another Stim 3. Well, I mean, that's quite nice. I didn't sprint. You know, well, that's a little dumb, but okay. Yeah, I can't sprint now. But we have 2 Stim 3s. I think that ought to be enough to get us to the next room. This guy being on the door is a little inconvenient because it means, like, how exactly do we knock him out, right? But I have a plan, and it involves shock traps. So the first thing I want to try, something I've wondered about for a while, is what happens if you are standing in front of a door with ambush available. Can this guy see here? He probably can, actually. I shouldn't test this theory now. I wanted to know what happens if you stand in front of a door while ambushing, and during your turn, another agent opens the door. Do you knock out the guard, or does he spot you? The problem with testing that now is that if we do knock out the other guard, that'll make this guy pretty unhappy, and I believe he would shoot us. And we would therefore have to carry Nika out. Which is not very convenient, really. But I think it would be fine, right? We would just evacuate Banks, pick up Nika, shock trap the door, walk away, right? Should be fine. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to put Nika in front of the door.
Hold on. Did you hear
Ambush.
something?
Now, open the door, please. It does not accomplish what I had hoped it would. Good to know. Now I will not try this trick sometime in the future.
Damn it. They got away.
And instead, I will try some more effective approaches. Let's see. Move up here.
Investigating.
shock trap the door. Stand aside. Cloak. Open door. Open door. Gotcha. Alright. Well, experiment successful. We've learned a thing not to do. And this guy he came in through the door, so he doesn't have any money to steal. Fine. Let's go. Stim. Oh, I should have checked to see if that used up 5 power, but I guess I didn't have 5 power, so... Alright, now she has 24 moves, while double encumbered. It's amazing. Stay down. Let's take this as well, why not? Whee! Okay, away we go.
Good hunting, operator. I'm sure we'll put that new toy to good use.
I think it's useful to take opportunities like that, to recognize when there's a game mechanic that you don't know how it's going to work. If you can find a way to test it without endangering the mission, it's good to do that, like I did a couple missions ago, like testing how the peripheral vision while turning corners thing works. If you can remember it anyway, it's useful for future missions to know as much as you can about the game mechanics. And sometimes the only way to find out is a way that's just really dangerous, and you have to decide whether it's worth losing the playthrough over or not. But if you can find a way to test it and make it safe, that's the best of both worlds. So, I don't know. If there's something you're not sure how it's going to work, try to keep an eye out for chances where you could test it and see without endangering a playthrough that you care about. Anyway, another excellent mission. We got everything there was to get, and didn't have to spend anything. So, couldn't really have gone any better. Maybe if we had... No, I think we in fact also stole from all the guards using people with 4 anarchy. So we even maxed out all of that income as well. So given what we went in with, the best possible outcome we could have gotten. There you go. That's the summary. That means that this episode is now over. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.